What up, guys? Welcome back to Base Damage. This is podcast number. Oh God, what number
15,
is this?
15.
15?
No, there next one. This is 16.
Oh,
16.
15. The notes on my thing for that was for the red cards.
Oh
for
yeah,
P5.
the thing we couldn't meet
So,
up for.
Yeah, no, right.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry about that last week, guys. But me
We
and
had, well, that was the
Mother
snow week,
Nature.
right?
that was Mother Nature giving us the middle
Yeah,
finger.
Mother Nature was giving us the cold shoulder.
But me and Matt were able to record something for that, just because I was like preemptively, yeah, we need to do something.
Preemptive strike.
Yeah. But this week is podcast number 16. We will be discussing the part 4 and final part of overall of the Persona 5 set that currently Japan has, but hopefully maybe we'll get in the future.
No.
Um,
if it's as bad as
No,
Roku says.
Look,
Nah.
I'm all for this, but I like one of the guys who work at the local game shop here. He wants Omatsu-san.
Osamatsu, yeah.
Osamatsu or whatever that is. I am totally for that because that would bring a lot more variety into here. Just want to throw that out there, but we can talk about it in another podcast.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm for P5 being here. Not because I'm a huge Persona fan. Okay,
I mean-
because I'm a huge Persona fan, but
Don't lie to
it's
yourself.
a good set. I really appreciate it. It'd
Indeed.
be great if it could come over here. Because
Absolutely.
the Persona series is lacking over here because 4 is out of print. So
Is it as OP or broke as Moroku says it is?
I mean, think about it. Almost every set besides Fairy Tail was kind of broke in its own way when it was coming out.
Every set is gonna, especially at this point with them having to, with Bushiroad having to basically kind of pick and choose what they give us as well. Certain ones, especially newer sets, are gonna have a power creep, because they got to introduce new mechanics, they got to introduce new strategies and whatnot. It's I can understand it.
As long as it don't end up convoluted like Yu-Gi-Oh did.
Okay, before
It's whatever.
we have one announcement, and the Grand Prix.
I ain't worried about that.
Well, it just might as well. We always have news. Just
How is it going to apply considering we're pre-recording and going up in 2 days?
I was going to say we're wishing everyone good luck. God bless. May Love Live be the new meta by the time this is done.
Okay, for the Grand Prix thing going on
Yes.
for
Weiss.
Okay,
Amen.
Yes, that's what I'm talking
Amen.
about.
my bad.
Okay.
So
anyway.
good luck to all the people playing
Love Alive.
the Level Live and Contact. Anyway,
Okay. Let's get down to
Contact.
the big business here, sir.
yeah. The main two for this set, I'm just going to go ahead and say we're talking about the blue cards, which is based around Navi and Fox. Before we get into it, though, there is one quick thing that I want to say. This past weekend, when we were recording this, Two Love Rue dropped. And I just want to point out for anyone listening, they screwed up something hard on the event card Darkness Plan, or it's like Project Darkness, or whatever the fuck they called it in English. I'm just stating, I've seen simple screw-ups from, a difference in attack value change. They completely screwed up the effect of this card. It currently says, choose one of your characters and it can't deal damage to a player. That's incorrect. That is completely and totally incorrect. Eventually, the errata will be posted up on the English Weiss Schwarz site. It's supposed to target one of your opponents, or you target one of your opponent's characters, and that character cannot deal damage. So whatever the dude in the translation department is smoking.
Crack. That's probably. I bet he's doing heroin and smoking crack.
I mean, it was pretty bad. I mean, sure, accidentally change a numerical value. That's a clerical error. This was pretty bad. I'm just saying. If anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, look at the fucking card.
RTFC.
It's supposed to make it so it's an auto compass. Anyway, done. Okay. So getting right into this, obviously we started off with level 3s each time. The first level 3 for also I'm gonna post all the numbers of the cards that we talk about in this. If you want to follow along, we're looking at translations on heartofthecards.com. Really awesome site. Check them out. Super good site.
Sponsor us.
I know, right? Heart of the Cards, please sponsor us. Oh my god.
I'd shit a brick.
And I'm going to post the numbers of the cards that we're going through. We're going to say each of the numbers as we read them, and you can check out the entire list that I have. It'll be posted in the description. Okay, so for the first one we have, I'll start us off. Navigation Roll Futaba, which is the Navi. Her level 3, 2 cost. It's a 55. Okay, sure, a little weak, but And that's whatever. The level 3 sheer away from Logged Horizon was also super weak, but it was back row for a reason. First effect of 1, 2, 3. First effect of 3. All your other characters with either Phantom Thief or Coffee, interesting trait, gain plus 1500 power. Hashtag Coco. What?
She's in love with the
Go. Second effect. Discard a "You think I'll forgive you?" exclamation point question mark from your hand to the waiting room. And pay 1 stock. When your other character is attacked, if you have 3 or more other characters with Phantom Thief or Coffee, you may pay that cost. If so, choose one of your opponent's characters in battle, and that character gains the following ability for the turn. This cannot deal damage to a player. Same thing that we just mentioned with Darkness Plan, and just straight saying it's Darkness Plan in character form. And being able to just go, poop, no damage. It's on declaration of attack. That's whatever. For having to, and the "You think I'll forgive you" is a climax.
I figured.
So it is a climax combo without actually playing the climax. But and then the last one, during your opponent's turn, when damage taken by you isn't canceled, look at the top card of your library and put it either on top of the library or in the waiting room. Pretty cool. Not bad at all, and just still really cool being able to just make it so something can't deal you damage, and really big ass buff. So indeed, that's number 76. I didn't even say the number at the beginning of that, I don't think. Anywho, the next one is number 77. You want to read this one, Kyle, or you got something?
I can read this one. 77.
77. You're cool, bro.
Trying to take care of plans for tomorrow.
Understandable, and you have important plans tomorrow.
Very important plans. Okay. Yusuke
and Goemon.
And Goemon. Okay, make sure I said
this
that
is
right.
Fox.
This is Mr. Fox.
Fox McCloud is not applicable here.
Okay. First skill. He's a level 3 to power 10,000 soul. He has 2 soul. First skill is an act ability. Pay 1, discard a Phantom Thief character from your hand to your waiting room. When this card attacks, if another Phantom Thief character...
If you have
another Phantom Thief character, you may pay the cost. If you do, put the top card of your clock into the waiting room. So basically attack, heal.
Mm-hmm. But you could do that for every single one of these that you have. So that's kind of cool. Instead of just the heal on play. Mm-hmm. It's whatever.
Ooh, that's a game saver right there. And the other one is, at the start of your opponent's draw phase, if this is in the front row, choose one of your characters, and they get plus 4,000 power until the end of that turn.
So, yeah, very big, very super buff defensively. So it makes it harder for people to clock shoot. That's whatever. It's pretty cool. Now, okay, this is the next card we would talk about is number 78, but there's another card that interacts with it. So we're going to wait till we get to that card and then bounce back to 78. So the next one is actually going to be 80. So 80 being another Fox card. Artist of the Phantom Thieves, Yusuke Fox. Is level 1, 45, 0 cost. Hello, everyone. This is my buddy David. What's up? He just random appearance on the podcast. It's cool. We're talking about Persona 5. Did you ever play Persona?
I did not, actually. It was something that I've always been interested in.
It's all good.
I've never had a chance to actually play it.
No problems. Go ahead and I had stuff to give him to look through, see what you need from all that, and I will hit you up in a bit.
Gotcha.
Okay, sorry, continuing there. When this is placed from hand to stage, these are 45. When it's placed on hand to the stage, you may pay the cost, which is discarding a card, and if so, choose an advance notice in your waiting room and return it to your hand. Advance notice we'll talk about next, which is number 96. But this ability activates up to once per turn. When you play an event, this gains 2,000 power for the turn. So the events that you do with like their whole mechanic of making your opponent banish a card or put a card face down in memory. Every time you once per turn when you play those, he gets a buff, so he can become a 65, which is really cool. And just being able to do that, which I think advance notice is the blue one. Well, no, it's advance notice for every single one for all the. It's their promise pendant.
Yeah, pretty much. Hold on. It went to the wrong one.
You're cool. If you want to, go ahead and read number 96, Kyle.
I'm trying, but there we go. Okay. All right. Advance notice. It is a level 1 event, and the cost is 1.
And it's a counter event.
Mm-hmm. They're always fun.
Here we go.
All right, here's the counterpart of it. If there are no face down cards in your opponent's memory, your opponent chooses one of his choose a card in his or her hand and send it to the memory face down and draws up to one card.
Okay.
Here's the second part of the event. Choose one of your Phantom Thief characters, and that character gains 2,500 power and the following abilities for that turn. Auto or act. I think it's auto. Going with auto.
That's auto, yeah.
When the battle opponent becomes reversed, you may put that character on the bottom of the library.
So that Yusuke grabs advance notice. They swing. You play it. It does the shenanigans of they put something face down. Give him 25, and then his own ability gives him another 2,000. So on level 1, they're ramming their face into an 85. He was a 45, 65 into a 9K before anything else.
Good lord.
So that's just funny to me.
Going back to
Shit gets real in this day.
Then to say what?
Shit gets real here, man.
Oh, I mean, have you not been listening along to this entire series so far?
I haven't. Actually, no, I haven't.
Come on, bro. We posted a podcast. Listen to them. Anywho,
Dude,
I'm picking on you.
You're good.
you're killing me, Small.
I'll give you the files. Anywho, the next one is number 82. Yusuke Kitagawa. A level 2, 1 cost. He's a 55. A little bit of weak on stats there, but there's probably reasons for that, right? When this is placed from hand to stage, if you have another Phantom Thief character, you can draw up to 1 card, then discard a card from your hand to the waiting room, and put the top card of your library into your stock. Okay.
Hand fixing plus stock.
Hand fixing plus paying for himself? Interesting. Because you pay 1 stock to play him.
And then you get a stock back.
And you get a stock back. That's whatever.
Free!
Now here's the cool thing. He has a change. So here's where more shenanigans start. At the start of your climax phase, you may pay the cost, which is pay 1 stock, discard 2 Phantom Thief characters from your hand to the waiting room, and return this to your hand. Not send him. You get to bounce his ass back and redo shit all over again. If so, choose a Yusuke and Goemon Fox, which is the level 3, in your waiting room and put it on the slot this was on. So changes it out at level 2, bring out the big dude, and redo it again the next turn? Okay, by all means, go for it. You got some extra little, level 0s you want to pitch at level 2? Go for it, yeah. Okay, the next is 83, and this will tie back into 78. So, Kyle, you get 83.
And my name is Justine. I'm just kidding. All right. It is a level 00, 1,000 power. Just like to point out, she is one of the the assistants this time around.
It's one of 2 of what we can the Margaret and the Elizabeth from the prior games.
Yes. Continuous. If you have another Caroline, this card gains continuous. Assists all your Phantom Thief characters in front of this card. Gain 1 level and 500 power, and she has a bond with Caroline. So if you don't get Caroline, you have a really bad problem.
I know, right? And hers is simple. You discard a card, and you get the Caroline back, just straight up.
I still like to point out that you're children this time around. So
I mean, when is the? No, I was messing.
When does that stop people?
When has that stopped people at all?
That's a good question. Where's Caroline?
Caroline's 78.
Did I really just pass her? Yes,
Probably.
I did.
Okay.
We'll get to her in 2 cards, because the next one's 83, and then it ties into 78.
No, we just said 83. This is 78 right here. Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, bro.
Good lord, she has a wall text.
Yeah, I know, right? But the Justine grabs this card. Is also a level 0, cost 0, 1K. 3 effects. When you pay for the cost of your events in hand, you may put a marker from under this in the waiting room in place of paying 1 stock. Ooh. So this will tie in interestingly because they're level 0s, you'd be able to
have it out early.
Have it out and be able to run for anything if you want to.
Up.
Yeah, if you want to use like advanced notice spam type thing and use the effects. That's
and then you could combo that out with the 3.
Yeah.
Instead of using actual stock to pay for it, you can just use the stock from under that. It looks like they pay for it.
Which is when this is placed from hand to stage, you may pay the cost, which is resting her. If so, put the top card of your library under as a marker. Getting the marker is actually very simple. And then when your climax is placed in your climax zone, does not specify one, any one particular climax, but any. You may pay the cost, which is paying 1 stock. If so, look at up to 4 cards from the top of your library. Choose up to 1 character with either Phantom Thief, Twins, or Igor in name. Reveal it, put it put the rest in the waiting room.
Yeah, that single rare is going to be worth a lot.
It is a climax combo winter moment Akatsuki. That is going to be fun.
That thing is going to be what? Let me do this.
Was it?
No, you go ahead. You read the next one real quick.
You sure?
I just want to check something out right here.
Yeah. Okay. Going back to 84, Futaba in swimsuits, which is the Navi. It's a level 0, 0 cost 1k. All your other characters with Phantom Thief or Coffee gain 500 power. She's going back to that coffee thing. I love me some Team Coffee. Wait, is that different? That's a different series. No, Coco-sama. Anyway, when damage dealt by your direct attacking character is not cancelled, choose a face-down card in your opponent's memory and put it in the waiting room. If so, you may pay the cost, which is paying 1 stock and discarding 1 card. If you do, heal 1. So, really, really easy, really simple. But there's a level 0 for each of these. This is the heal one. There's a clock shoot one. There's a salvaging one. It's really interesting being able to tie in that mechanic in any color deck that you want with the advanced notice events. You basically can tie it in with any color that you want because they're all level 0s. You can put any of the colors of them in there. So any of these effects that go off, it does not matter. It's really cool. Next one is 85, which will tie into another card.
I'll get that.
Oh, you want to get both of them?
Yeah, I can get both of them.
Okay.
Okay. This one's Rehabilitation Tasker Igor. He is an uncommon. He is a level 0. He has a cost of 0. He has 2,000 power and 1 soul.
All dramatic here, bro.
Well, it's Igor. He's supposed to be dramatic.
Welcome to the Velvet.
By the way, I would like to say all my respects to the original voice actor for Igor. May he rest in peace. I hope the new one can hold up to it. All right.
I just realized something. We didn't introduce ourselves. We're horrible.
Hi,
I'm Joe Schmo.
I'm Kool-Aid.
8 Ball.
Oh wow, I feel retarded.
Okay, anyway.
Go for it.
It's been a long day, man.
It really has. Oh my god, cars.
Yeah. It's been a long fucking day.
Technology.
All right. First skill is an auto skill. When this card is placed on stage from hand, you may put the top 3 cards in your library into the waiting room. Second skill is an auto skill. Discard a card from hand into the waiting room. When this is placed on stage placed on hand from hand to the stage, you may pay the cost. If so, choose an execution in the waiting room and return it to hand, which is, I think, a climax from what it sounds like.
No, execution is a event, good sir.
Which I'm about to start talking about.
97. This is what it ties into.
It is a level 1 event. It's an uncommon, by the way, and it pays the cost of 3. And wow, that is a very bloody guillotine. All right. Choose up to 4 of your characters and put them into the waiting room. Search your library up to 1 Phantom Thief character whose level and costs add up to the X or less, and put into any slot on the stage and shuffle your library. X is the sum of levels and costs of the characters put into the waiting room this way while they were on stage.
Okay, so what that...
Think of it as a fusions between personas.
In a way, yeah. I mean, well, that's something that has gone over the course of every single one of the Persona games. Mm-hmm. Is the personas that you pick up think of it almost like collecting freaking Pokemon here, yeah. But Igor
you can fuse them.
Has the power to be able to fuse personas to make new ones, which is really cool. And from what I have been told, one of the early things you want to do for this is be able to, like, summon one of the level 2s and change into it really quick and easy. So, like if you want to summon the level 2 Yusuke to bounce into the level 3 at level 1, and go ahead and just they ain't killing him anytime soon without some kind of removal type thing. The face that I got from Joe just now was just beautiful. Anywho, so you got those. I will go ahead and get the next one.
Want to get the next pair?
Yeah. 88. Sojiro Sakura, which is the owner of the shop that the main character goes and
drinks. Drinks his problem.
No. The dude who lets him live in like his attic or whatever the fuck. All your other hacking Futaba, which is the next card that we'll talk about, and we don't mean hacking as in sinus problems, gain +1 level and 500 power. Plus it has a bond with that Futaba. So it just straight grabs it.
Okay, what number are you jumping to now?
A Futaba 92. Is 92, which, just that face, if anyone listening, please check out this face.
Jesus Christ.
It's like her right face, I don't know. But hacking Futaba, do you want this or what?
No, you got the pair. It's a pair.
I got the pair? Okay, cool. is a level 1 0 cost 6K. If you have 2 or fewer characters with either Phantom Thief or Coffee, you cannot play this card from hand. That's fine. It just means you have to commit a little bit to a board, but that's really not that difficult to do, considering you have another card that already bonds and brings her and adds her back to hand. And then just drop her, and it's a 65 level 2, quote unquote. That doesn't bother me, really. Like that's just... It can easily
Be fixed.
and just not that difficult to play. I had to work around that with using one of the level 1 Honekas in the Honkers deck.
Yes, I remember.
So that was really fun.
Check the link description below.
I know, right? Love Live Honeka profile deck. Yeah, please check link in the description.
It's had a lot of recent activity out of nowhere, which
Apparently, which is really cool.
We love you, Hanukkah.
The next one, 91.
And I'll take that.
Sorry for the bouncing around, but that's it for the pairs of stuff right now. So, yeah, 91. He's got.
All right, are you ready for my my smooth talking?
I'll believe it when I see it. And the glare that I'm getting is just.
All right, so Deal Done Futaba. She is a level 0, and she's a common, by the way. Level 0, pay 0, power 2,500, and she has 1 soul. All right. Her first skill, auto, pay 1. When this is placed from stage 2 to the waiting room, you may pay the cost. If you do, look at your stock and search up to 1 card that is either a character with Phantom Thief or Coffee or an event. Reveal it and put it to your hand and shuffle your stock. Wow, that actually makes a difference. But it can also screw you over in the long run if there's a couple climaxes in there.
I mean, it can. To me, that doesn't even matter. Considering that you can't normally
Search your stock.
Look at the cards in your stock in general, but even, yeah, like you said, searching, but being able to use what you want in there at any point using this effect is...
I have a feeling this will be one of the splashable cards you'll see in every deck.
Considering,
for this set, at least.
Considering, yes. Especially if you do like all the all mono Phantom Thief type thing.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh, let me throw a couple.
And just let me throw these jokers down. It says, or an event. It doesn't matter. You can get like any of your advanced notices.
Yeah.
Or executions or whatever.
You can even do it with other colors too. It doesn't say blue specific.
And this is a common?
Yes,
this is a common.
This will probably very fastly become stable.
Plus, the bigger thing is you can use this in later stages of the game. The only thing is you have to pay 1, so it's funny if the one that you pay is the card that you initially wanted.
Well, that would be all on you because you should have been somewhat keeping track of your stock.
Agreed as well, but I mean, if you know the top card of your deck's like a fucking climax and you don't care, you could just play it, pitch, and then you have, depending on how much stock you have, because I've, worked anywhere from later game, anywhere from 6 to 12 fucking stock, depending on, how well cancels them gone, depending on what the deck does. You just sit there with so much stock like, haha. And yes, I have got, I don't even know what the most stock I've ever gotten is, but imagine just here, I'm going to do this and search an entirely different deck. And then you shuffle your stock, which is even funnier to me. I'm sorry, I've never had to shuffle my stock and offer it to the opponent and go cut tap. Which is what you would technically have to do, if I'm not mistaken. If you shuffle that, your opponent would get the opportunity to cut, tap, or shuffle themselves.
Yes.
So. Anywho.
What's that next call?
The next one is 93.
That first effect.
Oh my god, hold up. My internet decides it doesn't work.
I got it. If you want me to do it.
Oh, I got it. Card copy Yusuke.
Ooh, cards.
You know, right?
Yay.
Level 1 cost 3,500. Your other Phantom Thief character in the front row center slot gains 2,000 power. And when this is...
Though.
Yeah. When this is placed from hand to stage, you may pay the cost, which is 2 stock. If so, search your library for up to 1 climax card with the same name as a climax card in your waiting room. Reveal it, put it into your hand, shuffle your library. This is interesting if people want to run multiple copies of, or multiple climaxes. Most of the time, you just want to run 2 different ones, 4 copies of each. But say like you did with the Kantai deck that you have for Poi, has 3 different climaxes.
Link here.
Insert link. But or some decks I've seen that do want to run 3 different ones, and but they had to run fewer copies of. So it's like, okay, do this and grab a specific one that you want to be able to work with shenanigans. So that's whatever. That's still pretty cool. And I ain't really going to complain about it. What are you pointing at your computer for?
This next card.
Yep. No, that dude.
I actually don't like this.
94.
I'm actually against this. I am actually against this. All right. Well, owner of the Velvet Room, Igor, is a common card. So I have a feeling you're going to see a lot of this if people want to troll.
It depends. I like the overall effect, but it depends on how much you... It depends on how much value you think you're getting off of knowing what your opponent has. But go ahead.
Okay. Well, you just spoiled the card.
That's
all right.
whatever.
Auto, it's an alarm. So when this is in the clock, if the top of your clock, if this card is on top of your clock at the start of your main phase, look at your opponent's hand.
Mm-hmm. It's normally a cost 1 5K. You're right, bro.
Yeah.
It's okay. But it's an alarm effect, so as long as it's the top card of your clock, this effect goes off. So basically, you're going to draw and clock it straight up, and you get to see what your opponent has. Oh, let's see how many climaxes you have just sitting in your hand. So that looking at your opponent's hand was really broken in stuff like MTG, stuff like Yu-Gi-Oh! And whatnot, especially if you had other card effects that state call a card name and your opponent has to discard all copies of that in their hand. So you play an effect that lets you look at your opponent's hand and go, oh, I know what else you have now. Boop. And you get rid of whatever cards they have. One of the more famous cards for this in MTG was Duress, which lets you look at your opponent's hand and get rid of a specific card from it. I think it was like mostly... it was non-land, non-creatures. So it was the other spells and whatnot. I mean, granted, everything in MTG is a spell, but that's whatever. That's what I would see people do, and this is why I don't understand why you can't do... I don't understand why this can't be done in Weiss Schwarz, but one particular thing I was told a while back was you can't take notes in Weiss Schwarz. But I would see people do that all the time in MTG. Maybe they're just doing it as a precaution because of MTG, where they would play something like Duress, which lets you do that. You get to look at your opponent's entire hand, and I would see people play this card and have a notepad on the side, keeping track of life points, whatever you want to call it, and write down the card name of every single card in their opponent's hand, so that as each of those cards get played, they can mark it off from the list, and they know, oh, well, they still have this, and that left.
That's kind of...
But it was legal.
How was that considered legal?
Because you
That's
got
bullshit.
to... Well, you played a card to look at your opponent's hand in the beginning.
Yeah, but
There's
to
nothing
take notes. That's just wrong.
It was a valid strat that people would do, and like it wasn't so much frowned upon because those were the people that I saw playing that knew their stuff. They knew how to play the card game very well. So when I saw that done, I'm just like, okay, that's cool. But when I found out you can't do that for Weiss Schwarz, I'm just like, okay, there's all of like, I know of like 4 cards. Well, with this, like 4 cards now that do that. So I don't understand where the whole note-taking thing became a problem. So it's whatever, just personal gripe that I wanted to throw out there. It's whatever. But yeah, Igor be broke sauce in general and just really fun. Okay,
And
next
kinda creepy.
Yeah. The next one is number 95, All-Out Attack Yusuke Fox. Level 1, cost 1. 55 normally. If you have 2 or more other Phantom Thief characters, he gets 2,000 power. So he's a 1-drop 75 if all your deck is like Phantom Thief anyway, it doesn't fucking matter.
Mm-hmm.
Or
And
if you
then-
got 2 Phantom Thieves in the back row.
Yeah,
Because
true.
at that point it doesn't matter. It doesn't specify it has to be front row.
Exactly. Auto when it was fun while it lasted, goodbye. That's weird. All caps, apparently. Is placed in your climax zone. If this is in the front row, you may pay 1 stock. If so, search your library for up to 1 all-out attack Yusuke Fox and put it in any slot on the stage. Shuffle your library. It gets another copy of himself.
If you pick a third one, you can do it again, right?
It's when it's played. So to my knowledge, you wouldn't be able to do that because it's you play the card, you play the climax, pay the cost, the other one comes out. The climax is past the point of being played, quote unquote. From having played other card games, I can understand the timing on that. I don't see it being able to be done. But if a ruling came out that said that you could, if you had the stock to be able to go, play one, use its effect to play another copy of itself. If their ruling came out that said you could do that, that makes this all the better.
Mm-hmm.
It's also specifically from the deck. That's whatever. But to my understanding, you basically only be able to get one more copy, which, sure, you have 2 level 1s with a base 75. Shit, that's just fun enough as it is. And able to do a lot of damage.
And I will gladly take this last card.
Go for it, Brother Joe.
Alright.
Number 98.
It is another common event. Level 1, pay 1. Of course, the power is 0 and there is no soul to it.
And what is this?
It is simply called the Velvet Room. And from this point of view, it looks like the Oval Office. But that's a different point.
With a freaking brontosaurus in the middle instead of a
White
House.
Depending on what he's doing with Margaret and Elizabeth, it could be the Oral Office again with like with Clinton.
Oh my God! He went there.
You're welcome.
He went there.
Shout outs to Monica. What?
Thank you, Lewinsky. All right. Choose one of your characters and put it into the waiting room. If so, search your library up to one event. Reveal it, put it to your hand, and shuffle your library. And now, since it's their last card and we still need to kill some time, I'm going to read its flavor text. Igor. This is the place located in the space between dream and reality. Spiritual and material. A room where only people who have made a pact in some ways can visit.
There we go.
Just like the pact we made here, making this podcast.
Amen
Being close
and
brothers. Through the thick and thin.
I was worried that's where
From
you were
hell
going
and
with that. Like, well, no, that's actually a legit thing after today with all that had to be done today. Oh my God. Okay.
Oh my God.
In a sense, this can help you get a lot of events off, especially if you're doing a mixed deck, which I would like to do is with the red deck. With some red.
I would love to see blue with this splashed with yellow with Joker, just being able to do all this stuff.
And a lot of the blue cards allow you to help get other cards because it doesn't specifically say a color. So you can grab any color as long as it meets those requirements, which a bunch of them are just being an event or a Phantom Thief. And if you're playing, you're playing a set, they're pretty much going to be Phantom Thief unless you throw like the side links in there.
They don't call them social links for this. They call them cooperations, which is understandable considering what the game's based around. Yeah. To me, that's completely and totally cool, completely and totally viable, and I have no problem with that whatsoever. Especially, I especially like the blue advance notice because it is a counter. So being able to do that on your opponent's turn and just completely just make them do whatever, it'll be fun. I ain't worried. It'll be fun.
Okay, well, is that really?
That is it. Other than one of the ones Phil pulled up, I wanted to go ahead and point out. No, you're cool. The climaxes. The one for that use K that I mentioned that summons another copy of itself is a blue stock from the waiting room and plus soul across the board, so it pays for itself.
What, the one that says you think I'll forgive you? Or
no,
it was fun while it lasted?
It was fun while it lasted. Goodbye. That pays for itself, which I thought was really cool. And then the if you think I'll forgive you was a 1K1
gate trigger.
Pants trigger. Yeah.
Pants trigger.
So always fun with the pants triggers, but that's whatever. Honestly,
What?
I know, right? I'd be perfectly fine just running like a mono blue deck for this. Just the way the summoning stuff comes out so early, so quick, between changes, between whatever. Sure, anti-change is a thing, whatever, but well, maybe more so in certain formats, but that's whatever. And then being able to just go, you can't deal damage to me, you can't deal damage to me. Summon all this stuff from the deck. It's whatever. It's really fun.
Shenanigans for the win.
Essentially.
Since we have this little bit of time to kill,
go for it.
I say we need to talk about the upcoming things we have on the channel and what we already have done. So I'm going to take the lead with this since I just thought of this. In case you don't know, we do have a Facebook page out there.
Link in the description.
Yes, make sure you actually put this one in there. I just say
in the.
Well, I don't.
I
we
did
never
in the
really.
We
never really talk about it.
Good point. That's actually. Shit. How long has the Facebook page been?
It's been good.
3 weeks.
Almost a month now.
Shit.
So no one really knows about it because we don't talk about it. But me and Kool-Aid here sit there and update the Facebook with stuff I'm doing, like with my channel, stuff he's doing, and stuff we're doing together. So there's always stuff going on there, even though Facebook says I haven't been up there and done booty bullshit.
He was mad that it said that he hadn't done anything, and he had. shoot, you've done just as much as I have up there, and I was like, this is weird as fuck.
I thought fuck was cool.
Yeah, it's whatever. It is if you're actually getting it,
And
right?
it depends on who it's with.
We released the Trial by Fire.
The first
videos.
one.
The first one.
I'm working on the second one now,
We
which
need
will
to
actually almost
actually-
be done.
We need to put a Reddit thing out there for it because I haven't seen anyone else do this before. So
Valid
this
point.
is a new thing I haven't seen anyone do
Yeah,
for the
the
community.
second Trial by Fire won't be posted up for another couple weeks.
That's
like 2 or
fine.
3 weeks. So I'll
But-
go ahead and post that for the first one this week.
Yes, go when you get home tonight. If you
Yeah.
got some free time, go to Reddit, make it like a legit post.
Believe me, I'll have free time. It's not like I'm going anywhere at this point.
God damn it, you're right. By the way, his water pump came out. So if you want to donate to us, just
No,
contact.
I am not going to ask that of anyone listening to this. No.
I mean,
Well,
if somebody does, you know.
No.
You just-
It's a simple fix. It just takes time.
But
But is it timing belt driven or is it accessory drive belt driven?
we have no idea.
You are literally speaking Chinese right now.
You were speaking a different language.
Is
but-
the pulley outside?
Don't worry about it
Well,
right now. I will.
Tim-
It
It's
would
at
be above
Tim's
the
house.
crank pulley.
We will
It's at Tim's
discuss
house.
this later.
Oh, you mean Moroku?
Yes,
Yeah.
Mr.
Mr. Dead Sea himself.
Mr.
Indeed.
Dead Sea.
We will discuss this later because everything you just said went over my
We
head.
have a couple of hidden projects coming up, which I do not want to disclose about.
I mean, more deck profiles.
Well, I mean, that's obvious.
One of the specific ones that I did want to mention because someone actually asked for this on it was for the Two Love Rue set that just dropped. I'm going to be working on the one that was actually specifically asked was an animal plant deck, or was actually asked, hey, are you going to be trying to work on a deck? If
Shout
so-
out to that guy.
Yeah, Freedom Manga Anime. I think was his name. Yeah, that was his name. Really cool dude, and that was one of the first. That's like basically one of the first ones that's been asked so far for deck profiles or decks that could be made, concepts and all that, which is really interesting for Two Love Rue because it's so trait specific / heavy, to be completely and totally honest. So that'll be an interesting one to work on. Obviously, potentially yellow green for that. That'll be whatever. I already pulled one, Con.
You just reminded me of something. Sorry about that.
You're welcome.
Is there anything else you want to talk about? Because I have some. I'll shamelessly plug myself here.
We know, Joe.
I'm never against
Every
that.
single time.
I'm not against it.
I know.
Everything.
Okay, but no. Concluding P5. It's got a lot of stuff in it that's really interesting over the course of every single color, to be completely honest. So much stuff that can be splashed in each deck between level zeros. The events are a little bit trickier because, okay, character backups you don't have to worry for color check, but the events are specific. Like, say, you're mostly wanting to run characters of a specific color, but you like this this advanced notice event of this one particular color that's a different one. You got to work around that. You can't just go, well, I'm gonna toss a daggone Zuiho that's blue into any Kantai deck regardless of the fucking color, whether it's blue in there or not. You actually have to you have to worry about the color for those events if you want to work around those mechanics. Mm-hmm. If you want to work around being able to do the whole face down in memory, and even more so if you want to do shit like execution and summon shit that's just that's whatever. You got to focus a little bit more on that and figure out your color combinations. If you're doing a mono deck, it's whatever. I mean, you're straight. If you like what events you're running in there, you're straight. Not that you have to run that mechanic of this deck. It looks like most people are just going to be grabbing like a fucking playset of Joker, the level 3 Joker anyway, and just going to town. Because, oh my god, that burn effect is so nasty.
Don't remind me. We don't have to say it, so I can't just be the one that hops on the thing. That's where I gotta tell you about that later.
I've
saw
seen
this. Oh, I fucking love it.
I've seen it.
I
It's
actually
good.
liked it, but it's sad it got cut off. Anyway, that's a different talk. Okay, is there anything else before I start talking about?
I'm still talking about P5. That's what the main thing of. Well, sure, we can talk about our other stuff, but concluding and finishing up P5.
Oh yeah, sorry, I zoned out while looking that up because I couldn't remember that.
Stop
Well,
looking
I'm
at nose
sorry.
porn.
It's not.
Never mind. Continue looking for your.
Okay. Overall, I have hopes for this. I think this will change the new meta-ish a little bit.
I'm very interested to see how far this goes / gets played in Japan. Obviously, since we ain't getting it just yet.
Is that out yet? I haven't really.
Yes, it is.
Okay, JK didn't.
We've
have it on there, so
haven't been able to talk about it until it
Well,
was
I mean-
posted. It's been out for a month now.
I'm sorry, I'm behind on
Hence
the
the
times.
fourth
Okay.
podcast.
See, look, he's
Math.
actually been paying attention.
Math.
Anyway,
And you've
I
only
was
been on
trying
one of
to
them.
find.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to find the price of the rare Fubada or
You're-
Futaba.
The problem is you're going to look it up. It's going to be in yen. So
But
conversion
it's still
process for that. That's what.
yeah, but still, I gotta look at that because I'm really curious if it's actually worth a lot considering how good it is.
Which was it? One of the commons or the rares?
It was one. It was a single rare.
It probably won't be that much.
Well, no, you freaking single rare Maki $5 backup
And
different stuff.
a $5 backup, not a 5 yen backup.
If it was 5 yen, I'd buy the
Isn't
store
it
out.
like
We're like, here you go. Here's
It's
like
like a
$1.
$1. In
$1 is
like
roughly
100 yen?
Is
It's
roughly 100 yen.
The thing goes up and down all the time. So roughly $1 U.S. currency.
Google it to
is
be
roughly 100 yen. Roughly.
Google it just to be certain, but that's whatever.
Don't hold us to it. We don't know what the current price is at this time.
Yeah, we don't.
We're just guesstimating.
The only stock market we check is the Weiss Schwarz and other various card game stock market.
Amen and amen.
Exactly.
Let the church
Long
say
story
amen.
short, I'm
Amen.
behind the set, even though Mr. Dead Sea is kind of... Hi, Tim. You leaving?
No.
Okay.
What's up?
Same.
Hi.
Oh, I just make sure you guys are in here.
Yeah,
I
we're
need
live.
to talk to you in a second.
All right, gotcha.
Um,
I don't know why you pointed at you, Phil.
yeah.
I didn't do it. Not yet.
I'm behind this. I would like to see the changes. I'm curious on what ideas people will come up with to mix and match. Like you said, that's pretty much what I gotta say about it.
Agreed. The mix match is going to be a fun concept, mostly because we've looked at each of the colors, and overall, there's so much good in each. So much stuff that's good in each color. I mean, obviously, you're not going to make like a 4-color deck around it. Whoever can make a 4-color deck based around this and run it effectively, more
Props.
power to you.
Yes, and we would like to see you interview you and review that deck.
Exactly.
Seriously.
Goes and wins the fucking.
That's gonna be good shit.
I ain't gonna
Like
say no.
Japan regional or Japan nationals wins it. That'd just be great.
Hey, guess what, guys? Bam! Proved you.
Bitch. just
Surprise,
drops.
motherfucker.
Exactly. Oh my god, that's gonna be so great.
Yeah, boy.
Other things coming up. Sunshine is gonna be one of the next sets we get in English, but because we have a project working on for that. Match that. Okay.
Woohoo!
One of the next set that we will be talking about, because that will be dropping in the next week in Japan, not English just yet, but
Gives them time to get money.
ReZero. Oh my
No,
god.
they're not here. No. Okay. I
What?
thought you were talking about Sunshine still.
No,
I was
Sunshine
like-
it's got another month.
I was going to say, it gives me time to get money for it.
Yeah, no,
I'm gonna be
Re-
saving up quite a hefty amount of money to buy the boxes.
Sunshine and Bang Dream. I'm really
You're going to
interested
be
in Bang
strapping
Dream.
for cash at this point.
It's 2 trial decks and you got it. I'll let you know some other little information that I found. It'll make it easier. Anyway, but ReZero being the next thing we're going to be talking about. So Kyle has to like marathon it all this week, so he can actually watch the
Only time I would be able to do it is Thursday, and that means I wouldn't be able to do what we were going to do.
unless you come over to my house and we just marathon it there. Done.
Seems like a lot of work. Seems like a lot of work.
He's just trying to get out of it.
Yeah.
But a very interesting set from the spoilers that I've seen on Facebook pages so far. Once again, like we said earlier with the power creep thing, they have to introduce new mechanics and they have to introduce new effects. And a lot of what they'll do for that, obviously, is matching things that pertain to the characters into those effects or mechanics. And from what I've seen for ReZero so far has been fairly nasty. Like, may not be meta game breaking, but to me...
It's
and
nasty. I've seen stuff,
I
yeah.
just love how they've done a lot of the stuff. Mostly because I was curious about how they would do, like, for the return by death for the main character.
Taking care of it. They did good. They did good.
They did very good for that.
They did good.
But that will try to be the next thing that we talk about as long as the translations get posted up on time by the time that we can do the next podcast. But we're also going to have our own tournament. Basically, we got a bunch of card sleeves from Earl Grey, and shout outs, bruh. And we'll finish it on this note unless you have anything else you need to talk about.
Do I need to? I have like 1 or 2 things, but
That's cool. This will be the last thing for me then. But it's going to be a tournament we're going to post up on the channel, and part of the card sleeve pack giveaway is going to involve this tournament. So a separate video will be posted up to show what that's going to be done. But what is your other thing?
Oh no, I was about to say I posted a Udachi deck build on my page, which a couple of people have been on asking. I actually got a message a while back about posting different stuff like that. So I posted that on my page. If you guys
Yeah.
want to check that out, it's a very interesting build that Mr. Kool-Aid here himself built,
You're welcome.
and we addressed that in the video.
It's Kyle's deck, but he's like, I don't know the effects as good as you. Can you please read off? Can you please do the deck profile? And I'm like, sure, let's do this.
In May, we're going to a convention, both me and Billy.
Okay.
I'm just saying you're gonna go.
Okay.
I don't care what your
Go for
boss says.
Go for
We're
it.
gonna go.
Yeah.
You mean AZ?
We're gonna
Yes.
we're gonna record some stuff while we're there. I'm gonna record convention videos. Me and him are gonna get our matches recorded.
Or try
Try
to,
to.
if at all possible.
Yes, we have a couple bugs and bumps to work out, but it looks like we might be able to do it.
Mhm.
And worst comes to worst, you'll just get a lot more like footage of the convention from us.
Yeah.
This man has a camcorder. I don't. I have a crappy iPhone. We will bring that much content to you if possible.
Yes.
But basically, you have a bunch of projects in the work. Make sure you check out the Facebook page because that's a big thing we really want people to get
Actually,
out there.
I'll be able to go ahead and post up like a list of stuff that we're doing projects for
on the
So
Facebook
that'd
page.
be a good idea.
There you go. Get people
So,
wondering and curious. If
Yeah,
they really
check that out, and we'll go ahead and be signing off here because we got some other stuff we got to take care of.
Yep.
Thank y'all very much for listening. Please give us a like, comment, and subscribe. It'd be much appreciated. This is Kool-Aid signing out. We
This
got
is Joe Schmo.
and
Eat boy.
Eight Bolu. See y'all on the flip side. Peace.
Get her done.